Hello everyone, so welcome back to another Wednesday Talks. So this time it will be on the most commonly noticed events that we commonly come across in the COBOL VSAM DB2 and CISIS. First of all, I'd like to say sorry, I couldn't post in the last 2 to 3 weeks any of the videos. I'm really sorry about that. So okay, first announcement. So congratulations to everyone. So we have now crossed 15,000 subscribers, and this particular YouTube channel is one of the I can say the mostly watched mainframe YouTube channel on the YouTube. So we have almost 2.8 million views that's been crossed about the set of videos that have been uploaded, and almost the users have watched 148.1k hours. It's a huge number of time that's been watched in this specific YouTube channel, and thanks a lot for your kind support. Please do share this YouTube channel to all the mainframe guys. Let's expand our mainframe developers, the support, the testing team community with all your support. Okay, and please do give your inputs. I'll be keeping on sharing my mainframe knowledge. And once again, I'm happy, and from bottom of my heart I'm saying, like, I'm really very happy about this. We have crossed 15,000 subscribers. Okay, so now without wasting any time, so let me get into the topic. Okay, so first we'll look at the COBOL events that we come across commonly when we are working on it. The commonly seen events, like you might have seen, like SOC 7s, S013, SOC 4, and there are a set of events that we commonly across, right? In this, one of the commonly seen event is S013. So can you guess why we get this? So this is because the misspelled is when you're trying to program. If you misspell any of the DSN values, it means the dataset name is wrongly coded. So this time, in that case, we get this kind of a error. Okay. And the next one is S322, that is timeout error when when the job is running for a I can say, like, it is a short running class. When there is a change in the classes, if it is already if it is running for the longer time, so in that case it will be doing. And one of the situation that I can explain here is, we have to, I mean, how do we overcome this S322 error? We need to check the class parameter, if whether it is a short running class, or if it is a short running class, then we need to change it to the a long running class. And if it is already a long running class, you're understanding, right? So when we run the JCL, right, there is a class parameter, a job card, right? So we have to make sure whether it's a long running class or a short running class. And if it is a short, so we need to change it to the long running class. Then, and if even if it is a long running class, and if it is a bending, so that means the chances are like it is in an infinite loop. So in that case, there is no chance. We need to fix the program to make sure whether if there is any infinite loop, either maybe a perform or maybe an array, the logic that you have written, it's going in. If it is not in an infinite loop, then it may be in a time parameter. We need to set the time parameter to 1440 to fix this S322 append. Okay, so that's the one we can do it. And so there are a lot of things that we can do. So if we have using an expeditor, so there is one way of identifying this error, S322. This is the most commonly append that we see in the real time. Okay, and another one that you come across is S222. So your job has been cancelled by an operator or a system admin, since it is taking a longer time. S322. So this is both are same. So in S322, the chances are like it's going to an infinite program, and there you need to look into the program. And here maybe your input file has large volume. So if the job is running at the month end, so maybe you have received 10 million transactions that is processing, and it is taking a longer time, and we have not notified to the admin, the system administrator or the operator, saying that this job may run for a longer time. If he notices that, okay, normally the job runs for the 1 hour, then if it is running for then 1 hour, so okay, so let me cancel this. So that's the operator instruction that they take care it. Okay, so normally we see that kind of an error. So you might I mean, today you're expecting like the job will run good, but in next day or in the midnight you might have got get a call like, okay, the job was abandoned. So you may be surprised to see that. So the better to fix this is you need to inform the operator saying that today we are expected to have this particular job. Let's run for a longer time. So just give some more space or the priority to this job to take a longer time. Okay, so S722, that means this is going to an infinite loop. So definitely you need to look into the logic and you have to fix the problems. There may be a chances of perform or some arrays. So the logic that you are using, so that can be fixed. S806. So this is especially during development time. So when you're you might have written a COBOL program, you have compiled, and you have the load module ready in a specific load library, and you haven't mapped your load library, and this says like exec program equal to some S10234 something number, some program name is there, and you're trying to execute. It doesn't find the load module. Then it throws an error. Hey boss, the load module is not there. I cannot run this. So better check the load module library and map it to your JCL and run it, execute, it works. Okay, sometimes we write the program and you compile and you will not check, you forget this load module name. So that case we can fix it. And S706, you requested module or a program is not executable. So you have the load module, but you're trying to execute, that may not be executable, right? So that is S706, SA06 and S706. SOC4. It commonly occurs due to the bad entry by the users in the input file. So this is the most I can say this is also one of the commonly abend that we see. So maybe I'll explain you one scenario. You're trying to open a VSAM file which is not available. Okay, you're trying to open a VSAM file which is not available. So that case SOC4, and you are trying to open a VSAM file in IO mode which is created and no records are written into it. So this is another scenario, and you are trying to refer an element of occurs beyond maximum limitation, and the program is compiled with SS range. So this is another situation where SOC4 again. Or when your data is passed in a PAM parameter which is not mapped with the linkage section. You are passing a data in the PAM parameter. So that means you have the COBOL program and you're passing some parameters, and that matching is not there in the linkage section. Suppose you are passing some name and some phone number in the PAM parameter. Ideally we will not pass, just an example. And the same data type that need to be mentioned in the linkage section. If you're not mentioning, the SOC4 will abend. Okay, so that's the one. So how do we fix all this? So better you correct the program and make sure it is not going beyond the maximum occurrences, and we have to make sure the VSAM files are available in the JCL, and you have to write at least one record in the VSAM file before we use this. So these are the common solutions that we come across when we have the SOC4. I'm saying you this. You might have, if you're already working in real time, this is the upend that you might have already got. So with my experience I'm sharing this. Okay, and also the low values, high values, so these are the situations that will come again. Okay, and the SOC7, so this is very commonly used, and we call it as a data exception error. So you are passing some non-numeric value to the numeric values. So in that case this SOC7 will occur. So to how do we avoid this SOC7 error and how do we fix this? So there are several situations where you have some I mean, normally what we do is we will be running the I can say JCL. I mean, you have to run your program with a list or a offset, and then you go to the spool, and where you capture the hex value, and then you specify you go to the spool again, and then you check for the specific record, so that you can find those particular statements, right? So in that way, which line of code, where it is there, so that things you can find out. If you want, I can create another video only on specific SOC7, so that I can connect to the mainframe and show you little more. So normally, ideally, so when we get this SOC7, so we go to the spool. I mean, first we will be running the compiled job I mean the job, so where we get the spool output and everything. So and we run the normal job, so we get the what you can say hexabytes, I mean Xcode. So that code we will go to the actually compiled JCL where the program is submitted. So there you will get this particular statement where this is getting appended. So that's the way we fix it. And SOCP division by 0. And another abend that we get is the space abends. So one is SB37. The primary and secondary spaces are declared, but we don't have any sufficient space. And then we have SE37, and then we have SD37. So these are the commonly used, I mean I can say abends that we get access. And we also have something called as S822. When the requested regions is not abend, this job will abend. Okay. And will also, since we handle with the files, either it can be PS file, sequential files, or a VSAM file. So these are the written codes that we come across. 00 records fetch successfully. So you're trying to fetch the record from the file, and if it's successfully retrieved, you see a written code of 0. And if you're reaching end of the record, so the 10, that means you don't have no more records to fetch. So based on this particular written code, you write your programming logic and you handle error handling exceptions. 35 to 38, so there is a conflict between mode of open and file operations that you have performed. And 39, there is a conflict with record length, format, and block size parameters. So you have to be make sure, like when whatever the structure that you are giving in the working storage section, or the file properties that you are giving, the variables that you are declaring, that should match with the length. Suppose you have a copybook of 100 bytes, the same 100 bytes should be there in the input file. So if not, there is a conflict and there is an issue with that. You'll be getting that, commonly getting that error. And 41, you are trying to open a file which is already open. Okay, 42, and you're trying to close a file which is already open. So I mean already closed. So again 47, so you will be seeing you are trying to read the file which is not open in an input or IO mode. So this is another abend that you will be coming across. And 48, you are trying to write into a file which is not open in an output or an IO mode. And 49, you are trying to delete or rewrite a record which is not open in an IO mode. So these are the abends that we commonly come across. And now let's look at the VSAMs. VSAM 20 invalid keys. I mean you have entered some key which is an invalid format, so which is suppose 5 bytes is expected, you're passing a 6 bytes, so then it throws an error with 20. And 91, that's a password failure. 92 is a logical error that we get. And 93, resource is not available. 95, invalid or I can say incomplete file information. 98, you're trying to open a file which is locked and it's failed to open. So especially during the batch times, when this particular VSAM file that runs during the night time, and when someone from the online they're trying to fetch some information, this kind of issues that we come across. 99, this time the record is locked, record access is failed. And other abend is AEIS, you're trying to open a file, so but which is not opened in an online region, so we need to make sure that is open. So how we can open CMTI file name, so that it gets opened there. Okay, so these were the VSAM. And next, coming to the DB2 error codes. So you guys are working on a DB2 SQL, so we'll see you'll be coming across these kind of events. 00, it stands for successful retrieval of a record from the table. So this is one of the, I can say, commonly we see this particular thing. And the next one that we look at is 100. So reached end of the row in a table, no more records to fetch. So it's finally you're trying to, there are maybe 100 records, you try to fetch all the records from the table, so that is being fetched. And then next is 2, you're trying to fetch a row with delete statements. And 304, value cannot be assigned to the host variable because it is out of range. So you need to make sure like both the variables, the host variables and the local variables which is in sync, so that you will not come across this kind of an error. Or maybe I can say like the host variable data type is invalid there, so most commonly. And 747, data, I can say the table is not found. You're trying to retrieve the table, so but that particular table is not found, and you can see that specific append. Minus 102. So, or I can say 101, the SQL statement constant is too long, and 101 is also seen. The SQL statement exceeds an established DB2 limit. Okay, and other minus appends that you will see is 7. That is like SQL statements contain an illegal character. Minus 117, the number of values in the insert does not match the number of columns. And minus 180 and minus 181, there is a bad data in data date or timestamp. Okay, 199, illegal use of specific keyword. Minus 204, the object name is undefined or not defined there. 205, the specified column is not there in the table, so you're trying to give select employee name, employee number from so and so table, but that particular column is not there in the table, so minus 204, or I mean 205. And 206, the column used in select does not exist in the table, that is the column name is not found in a table in the given clause, I can say. 216, we don't see a same number of expressions on both sides of the comparison in a select statement. And what are the other things? 224, issue with the cursor fetch. I mean, if you're not declaring that particular cursor and you're trying to do any operation, so normally we see that 224. And 305, null indicators, this is also commonly seen. Notice that 311, there is a mismatch between the number of host variable and number of columns selected. Okay, and another one, 502, trying to open a cursor which is already open. Okay, and 503, and you're trying to open a cursor which is already open. And 803, duplicate records, that is you're trying to insert a record which is already existing. Normally this happens, right? If the record is entered, some 1001 employee record is already entered, and you're trying to enter the same record, so duplicate records. 803. 805, most seen issue, plan not found. You try to compile, I mean, you try to execute the COBOL DB2 program, and sometimes you see that plan is not there available. Then you have to recompile and pre-compilation, all those things to be done. And another commonly appended is 811, minus 811, trying to retrieve the multiple rows without using the cursors defined, right? So suppose you have defined select employee number, employee name from so and so, where employee ID equal to. You have not mentioned where employee ID equal to, but what happens? Since you have given select employee ID name from EMP, it try to retrieve all the records. If there is only one record in the table, that's fine, but it has more than one record, so in that case it throws an error. Okay, 818, it is a timestamp mismatch, I can say. When you get this change, maybe you got a request to change the program, so if you are not binding properly, this kind of an error occurs, so you need to make sure you recompile, check the dependencies of the programs, so whatever the sub programs, main programs, whatever the chances are there, try to check it and recompile them. Okay, 904, it's a data is locked and making resource unavailable. It is a dead 911. This is a scenario where it is a deadlock with timeout, I can say. Minus 913, it is a deadlock with rollback. The data has been rolled back here. Okay, I think 911, sorry, minus 911 will be the rollback, and 913 will be not rolled back. The execution is unsuccessful due to deadlock or timeout, I can say. 913. So these are the commonly append that we come across in, I can say, DB2. Now let's look at the CICS appends. So what are the common CICS appends that we come across? So the starting with the ASRA, I can say like ASRA. So what is this? It is a data exception. So it's normally it's like a SOC 7 that we pass on some non-numeric value to the numeric variable. So in that case, we see a SOC 7 append, and we have to make sure passing the data, and this is commonly used. And other one is ABMO, map is not found online. It is happening because the map set was not defined. Normally CEMT new copy is not defined, or the initially itself it is not defined, and there is no entry into the program processing table. So in that case, ABMO will append. APCT, transaction not found, that is your transaction is not defined in a PCT. And AEI9, it is a map failure error. It is a map failure. When you're not passing any data to your program, always make sure you have to pass the data from the screen to the program. So AEIN, you have shown a map, maybe the menu map, and you're trying to not enter any data and you're pressing an enter button, and if that is being not handled properly in the program, AEIN. So better, whatever the menu screen is displayed, try to enter some data and enter, so that the program will take care of what needs to be done. Okay. And we have also we also have AE 10, AEI 1, AE 12, AE 13, so AE 14. So these are the other upends also we have. If I say AE 10, program ID error, the condition is not handled, and AEIO, the transaction failed. AEY9 DB2 resources are not available. AEIF VSAM file is not opened. So those are the commonly appends, I can say, that we commonly come across within the COBOL DB2 VSAM and CICS. Okay, I hope it has been a quick refresher on this all events you might have come across if you're already working in a real time. So it will be a quick refresher, I can say. So just go through it, all the events that we have seen. And AEIL file not found condition is also there. So there are other events, but these are the most commonly occurred. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching.